So I was just daydreaming about a vest that I got for $1, and I want to talk to you about it because I guarantee you, if my family overheard me say, "Oh, I have a cool impact vest," they would instantly, all of a sudden, go, "Oh my God, yes, he's crazy. He's putting on stuff with spikes and all this other crazy." Because they'll Google it and find one crazy looking one and go, "That's what he has." But that's not even close. I have a normal vest. It's just foam, just a normal looking, black colored. It's just foam in the middle, fabric in the inside, but the fabric is made out of like a duct tape material. You know, like a woven plastic. You know how they weave duct tape? How duct tape is a weave, like a plastic weave. You can kind of see when you rip it that it's woven. Well, this is plastic woven to be a fabric on the outside. Then it has a piece of foam in the middle, and if you go online, it's one of the cheaper models, and it just looks like a normal vest. It's one of the only models that you'll see that's like a normal vest. It's basic black. It's soft. It's foam. It's for when you fall off your motorcycle or bicycle. That's it. But when I was at Salvation Army, I was looking at the normal vest, and this was hanging up with the normal vest. And I noticed that it looked kind of protective, so I bought it. But then it was too large for me, and I only could wear it when I was wearing a heavy duty winter sweater. That's the only time, but I wore it. And then I realized when I went online, I found this little tag on the side that had like a bulldog or something on it. I don't know what the hell it was. But, anyways, I typed in the phone and Googled it. And I found out it's what they call an impact vest for when you fall off a bicycle or a motorcycle. Now, this one is not like a biker version. You know, the bikers like their badass looking shit, stuff like that's not me. That's not me. Not one bit. If you're trying to think of that type of person, that's the people that drive motorcycles. Those are the people that act all tough and like their tools, and they play all those. "Oh, I got a big dick over here because I got 100 tools. Oh yeah, I got a big dick over here because I drive a motorcycle and I'm wearing a do-rag and a jean jacket with the sleeves cut off. Oh yeah, I'm badass because I got a lawyer and I pay him 20,000 a year and I could sue your ass and win whenever I want. Oh yeah, I'm badass because I got big muscles." But they all cower at responsibility. That's the funny part I find with a lot of people who want to drive these big motorcycles. You got somebody like me who doesn't drive a car at all, and he makes a choice. Now, I can easily pass the test. That's not a problem. Everybody who knows me goes, "Oh no, Zach could easily pass." The problem that Zach will have problems with is keeping his foot still one day, or his arm twitching while he's on the highway, or stuff like that. He can't have a seizure behind the wheel, and if he's going to have medical conditions that are going to affect the ability to drive, the doctors need to know about that before you start driving. You can't be having seizures while walking to work and then the following week go, "Now let's try it in a car." "Yeah, I just tried to walk to work last night and I had a seizure, and I fell into the road and a car almost ran over my arm because I was seizing on the line. But now let's try it in a car." Yeah, same thing during my childhood. I had a learner's permit. Not that anybody let me use it, but I had one. I wanted to drive just like the rest of the people. But what would have happened if I tried to drive back then? The car definitely would have went off the road. I would have hit a tree or somebody innocent. And then my mother would have made up a story that I did it on purpose, or I'm self-harming, or I drove my car into something on purpose, or some shit like that. Then they would put me in a mental institution saying I'm purposely driving my car up the road. Meanwhile, I'm having epileptic spasms, seizures, falling down, and I'm still getting injured to this day. And why? Because my mother wants to hide my real disabilities from the doctors in the state, and she never wanted the state to know she was slipping me pills all throughout my childhood. Making me sick at times on purpose, other times trying to make me quiet, at other times just trying to convince doctors that I'm ill. Just a bunch of that shit causing permanent damage to my body, and the doctors still aren't treating me for it because they're the causes partly for it. A lot of these injuries, like some of the worst PTSD memories I have, is from either my mother playing doctor or being in a low treatment center because my mother made up stories and tried to act like I'm a serial killer, and now they're double dosing me with the same drugs that my mother's approving of, all different types of crazy drugs. But did the doctors write down, we just gave Zach double doses in this hour? No, what they write is, we administered Zach his medication. His roommate says he cheeked it, or he did cheek it, and then we forced Zach onto the floor, injected his medication into him again, forced the medication into him, and then he was screaming, please stop, I already took him, please stop, trying to fight us as we're injecting him on the ground. And because he was fighting us as we inject him with the second dose of the medication, but we think it's only one dose, but he says it's the second dose, but because he's fighting him, we added in Thorazine, some diazepam, and some Benadryl. We just injected him with those on top of it as a little bonus. He's fighting us on the floor, not taking his medicine double, and now he's shitting his pants because we just forced double doses of really dangerous medications like lithium, Thorazine, Lamictal, Seroquel, Trazodone. These are all the type of drugs that they also gave me during the day. My father will go, well, he got those at nighttime. Not all the time. My mother was messing around with pills since I was 5 years old. There were times where during the day I was a drooling mess. And then my mother would switch it up again and again and again. So I